So it's that time of year again when the plants now are really starting to push out some new growth. I mean, just look at the size now on this leaf here of the Tetrapanax, and it's not even mid-May yet. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to take you around the garden today, show you some of that new growth that we're getting here in Neath, South Wales. The weather lately has been absolutely fantastic. We've had temperatures reaching over 20 degrees, which is amazing for this time of year. So we've also got some new flowers which are pushing out, adding some colour into the garden. So let's get started. So you can see now that I've had a little bit of a change about, and as I come out to the back door now, you can see that these are the plants that I've got here, and you'll also notice that I've moved to here my Pittosporum golf ball. This was outside the greenhouse. So moving then into the triangular bed, you'll notice that I've bought a hydrangea mop head. Now I've planted it in. I bought this for £7 in Tesco's, but thinking about it, I don't really think it's the sort of plant that I want planted in the garden. And so I've been looking for something to replace it. So this plant is going to be coming out and going into a pot, and looking then for something to go into this bed. So I have been out to B&M earlier on today as I needed some bamboo kins, and I picked up for half price, so this was £15, this lovely Magnolia Ricki, and I think that will be an ideal choice just to place in to that area there where the hydrangea is. Let's get this hydrangea out to here. And that can be potted. So we'll move that to one side. And I just want to dig a little bit of a hole here. Right, so I've taken out the hydrangea. Just pop that there a second. And into this hole that I've made, I just want to add a little bit of Johnnings compost. Gently take this out. Nice roots on it, and you can see reduced to clear was £25 down to £15. So we'll just add that into the hole. And then just gently backfill around. It's nice to have something a little bit different, something that I haven't got in the garden. Just give it a press down. And I think this will grow into quite a large plant here. Lovely. You'll also notice that I've just lifted the crown of the plant there on the yucca, as that was looking a little bit untidy, just dragging onto the floor. So that looks a lot tidier now in the bed there. So by trimming back now the bottom leaves of the yucca rostrata, that has given me a little bit of space just to pop around the bottom some of the smaller agaves that I had growing in the greenhouse. So this is a small variegated Americana, and I'm not really sure what that one is there. I think it might be a Zulu. Now with all this extra sunshine and heat that we've been having, it's lovely to see that on the variegated rhododendron, there's some lovely buds now just opening up into purple flowers. And I really love this plant, although it has been a struggle to try and find the correct location for it. So it's been here now for one season, which was last year, and it really does like the protection of the high wall behind it. And it is protected now from the morning sun. And there's some really interesting leaves on this. You don't seem to see many variegated rhododendrons. But this is a lovely example. Plenty of buds on this. So moving down the garden, you can see that the rhododendron against the wall, halfway down the garden, that is now really opening up with some beautiful lilac coloured flowers. The sambucus behind is doing well, and so is that lovely pseudopanax. That was an addition last week into the garden. Beautiful. And the Schefflera Taiwaniana is also coming out with plenty of new growth there. Just look at that. Wonderful. Now another plant that I tend to really enjoy in the garden are these Persicaria. And I love the purple stripe on these, and I try and pick that up with some heucheras. I do enjoy adding lots of purple colour into the garden, such as this Pittosporum here, which is the Pittosporum Bano Bay. And then as we just look over the top of the garden, you can just see that there's another one there to the left and one further down there on the right hand side. And there's some more purple Persicaria just tucked in underneath the bananas. Now another plant that's also getting quite a lot of growth on it is the Skimmia there. And just to the left of that, you'll see that that is a dinosaur heuchera. And these grow to quite a large size. And there's hardly a blemish on that plant. Wonderful. Now you can also see there that my hosta guacamole is really coming into leaf. And with the stronger sun, I've had to move my Asa into a more shady area. This is a lovely plant, this is. Really nice. And I've also been getting a lot of questions lately on this plant here. Now this is a bromeliad. So you can see it's in a pot. It was bought as quite a small plant. Doesn't take any overwintering whatsoever. And It was really small when it was bought, and it's actually bursting out of the pot now at the moment. So it should really be taken out and split. But I know that it's quite a vicious plant. It's very sharp, and it's not really a plant that I'm looking forward to doing that too. But it seems to be doing okay. Now it is supposed to come out in some lovely flowers, which are blue and red. But it's only flowered once since we've had it. But it has got a few splashes of red on it. And it really is a fantastic jungle looking plant. Now I have actually got 2 of these plants, and I've got another one just tucked in the corner near my water butts, but this one isn't quite as large as the other one. Now walking down now towards the greenhouse, just look at the size there on the left of the John Phillips. This plant now is almost as tall as me, so it's about 5 foot tall. And you will notice that I've brought out the oleander from inside the greenhouse, so that now is going to stay outside. And just around there I've dotted some ioniums. And I was saying last week that I've actually got some flowers coming out on my clematis. And they are actually out. So I've had this plant for 4 years. I don't know what type of clematis it is, but it's the first lot of flowers we've had on it since we've had it. So that's amazing. I think at first I was just putting too much fertiliser on it, and it was overgrowing with leaves and we weren't getting any flowers. But just look at them. Beautiful. And just look at all that lovely new growth coming out of the Dixonia antarctica tree fern. It's full of new fronds, just pushing their way out. Now the Tetrapanax, this particular plant is 3 years old, and I have been feeding it with some chicken manure pellets, and it's off to a really good start. There's plenty of growth on it, and day by day these leaves are getting bigger and bigger. I just can't believe how quickly these leaves grow. They are absolutely huge. And there's plenty more where they came from. Now the garden now is going into its 5th year this year. And the one thing that I really enjoy about it now is since most of the larger plants have grown upwards, it's enabled me to have a whole new area of underplanting. And it's just like having a whole new garden. And you can just see there now that the geum, totally tangerine, is just coming into flower there. Adding some lovely orange colour into the garden. And now the magnolia is planted in its place. I really prefer that there now, and I think it really fits in with the rest of the planting. So I think what we really need now in the garden is a really good downpour of rain, just to give the ground a really good soaking. So it's early evening now and it's a lovely time of day. I've been out the garden for most of the tea time and I've been busy inside the greenhouse just sorting out my tomato plants. And I've got 5 tomato plants this year which I'm going to grow. I don't like tomatoes, but I do grow them for my family and friends. So I've been busy just popping in the plants and building the frame. So let's have a look now inside the greenhouse and I'll show you what I've been doing. Now, you always know that my greenhouse is normally quite tidy, but it's not at the moment. So let's go and take a look inside. So as we walk now down to the greenhouse, you can see that that hydrangea now has been potted up. So that's had a good water. So let's just take a little walk now down to the greenhouse. And I'll show you the inside, how it's looking at the moment. So it's not as tidy as what it normally looks. But if we just take a little look inside, you can see now that the dahlias are out. So they are out in the garden now. So there's a few tomato plants there. And I've made a trellis now out of some bamboo canes that I bought yesterday in B&M. So hopefully now that'll be sturdy enough to hold up the tomatoes when they start growing. And I have got a really small tomato plant as well, just this side, but I'll wait now until tomorrow just to do the frame for that one. So other than that, the greenhouse now is looking quite empty. I've still got my large ionium and most importantly, a nice cup of coffee there to enjoy. So my agapanthus now and my dahlias have been brought outside and my dahlias aren't looking too good at the moment. Something was munching them inside the greenhouse. Just look at them leaves there. So they're not really up to much so far this year, but I'll keep these watered now. And I'm hoping with a little bit of air around them, they'll start to perk up a little bit. So it's been lovely today to be able to get outside into the garden, get a few more little jobs done. And I have waited until it's cooled off a little bit before I attempted to do those tomato plants. So if you haven't already, please like, comment and subscribe. And it really does help the channel to grow. So until next time, I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.